Hiya, all again. You think we're all being played for fools just lately? Do you think those at the top are having a really good laugh at us? Well, it's enough to make you despair, isn't it? Look, I'm not saying that I wanted anything cataclysmic to occur last night, and that's why I didn't stay up past midnight. I too tired and went to bed. And I kind of thought that, nah, it can't be happening. We can't be going down this road the way it is. But you do get the impression that they are playing us for fools. I feel like a first class fool, for going along with it. But it's quite addictive, isn't it? Politics, especially US politics. It's very addictive. I don't think ours is. I think our politics is quite appalling. It's very dowdy, and it's not that salacious, really. Hardly interesting at all, our politics. But US politics is riveting. And that's why I've always been a fan of the US elections. And when you get a character like Donald Trump parading different messages before the world, um, it, again, it's quite magnetic. It sort of keeps your interest. But we've got 2 weeks. No, I don't think for 1 minute, right, that Benjamin Netanyahu's lot will be playing ball with this. I think they are going to have to be browbeaten into not continuing on with their attacks. So they bought themselves a bit more time. But this is also going to play into Russia and China's benefit as well, because it means that they've got more time, haven't they, to decide what they're going to do. I mean, don't think for 1 minute that they actually want peace as well. They don't. They are looking, Russia and China, they are looking for the United States and NATO to be sufficiently weakened so that when they decide they're going to make a bid for world domination and overthrow the Anglo American Empire, that there won't be much resistance coming from Europe in the way of assistance to America and the United Kingdom. So it's a case of watch this space. Well, in my opinion, it's the King of Kings. It's the Son of God that will have the answer to true peace in the world. It's just a case of when. We don't know when that's likely to happen. And so we end up guessing. And throughout guesswork comes um, vulnerability. So when you guess something, you can leave yourself quite vulnerable for attack yourself. All I know is, and all I see at the moment is that man's warring and fighting nations are in exactly the right place where they need to be. And what happens after that is not going to be under my control or anybody that is a supporter of God's messianic kingdom, because that is down ultimately down to the heavenly creator as to what he does with man's warring and fighting nations. And I guess, although we are in the book of Revelation and quite marvelous and miraculous things are taking place, like great secrets are being revealed, you know, that's what we expected to see in the last days, that great secrets would be revealed. I think you have to prepare yourself to the fact that ever since your birth, you've been fed a certain course. You've been sort of spoon fed by the powers that be, those that are orchestrating events. So you've been spoon fed since your birth. And it might be that before the very end, we might have some startling reminders, awakenings, startling awakenings as to just how lied we have been all our lives. And I believe that that will come. And I think that is incorporated within the book of Revelation. Revelation obviously means a revealing. The mask is finally lifted. And so people will clearly see things finally. And I think that will be a marvelous thing to look forward to. But in the meantime, we're going to have to be putting up with one world catastrophe after another. I mean, we had COVID-19. It didn't really have the desired effect that I think that they wanted it to have. It put some people in fear, but I don't think it was the controlling answer that they were looking for at the time. Maybe it was an experiment for something else that's coming down the line. That's quite possible. I'll accept that. But I'm a strong believer that war, pestilence, and death, all of the horsemen of the apocalypse, will be doing incredible things towards the end before they come to the end of that symbolic ride, which they will do. They'll come to the end of the symbolic ride, but it's only when Jesus appears and abysses Satan and takes away all that influence, and then death and pestilence and everything else will be done away with. It'll come to an end. And I guess I'm just looking forward to that time. But in the meantime, I've got to put up with a lot of deception, derision, a lot of lies from all government officials, and the prospect that that we will go into a third and a final war, and that China and Russia will fail in their attempt to bring down the Anglo-American Empire. They will fail because for some reason Revelation and the books of Daniel and prophecy say that there's not enough time left for Russia and China to be the next world power. There's just not enough time left. But that doesn't mean that they won't make a concerted effort to try to topple the Anglo-American Empire. But then something occurs and stops them in their tracks. And that's all you can look forward to now as a Christian in the last days, that man's warring nations will be dealt the final blow. But people, they are in the right place, aren't they? Where they are at the moment, it is the perfect place for the final battle to take place. Patience, patience, people, which we have not a lot of. I'll see you for now.